Talking God shit, who you with when life is limitless? You built the script simultaneously while you lift the gift. Trust and I, only I can get us out this hill.
What's that you talk?
You know we Hey. Welcome to another episode of Village Vibes, where we talk about everything village. Hey, I'm Tweezy the Don, CMO of Village Global Network, and I'm here with Quinnetta. What's up with you? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
Man, I'm still in the Love Day fashion, so
Okay.
I had a good Valentine's Day, but I'm straight, really feeling good about talking to you off the other side of doing business with you and doing logos with you, because I've been doing my logos with you, and we really ain't got time to chop it up. So I'm looking real anxious to do this interview with you, because we'll get to know who the person behind the logos is. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it. I'm anxious too. I'm excited. I finally get to put the name with the face. You know, it's one thing when we're in the chats, but to actually be able to have a conversation, it does make a difference.
right. I'm feeling you, and if I want to apologize if I'm looking down. I'm engineering, but you on this screen, and I'm looking at you when I'm looking up at the camera. So all day.
Okay.
That's why I really wanted to do this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because we do a lot of work together, but it be individual work, and nothing wrong with that. It's just that's how we moving. You know what I'm saying? So coming together once or twice a month on the podcast, so people can see what we actually have a relationship for real, and it's business and it's real. You know what I'm saying? It does good. So with that being said, go ahead and tell them what you do and how you where you get your inspiration. Like, start from your youth, if you don't mind.
Ooh, you sure you want to go there?
Why not?
Baby, it wasn't cute. I'm just saying. No, but my youth was very, very tumultuous. I mean, very, very tumultuous. I tell people all the time, like, y'all say stuff like, I just look like that. I coined that phrase, I just look like this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think I was a part of everything you could possibly think of. You name it, I probably did it. Okay? Like,
no doubt.
So my childhood was rough. I grew up rough. Like, I grew up in the streets. I grew up, affiliated with certain individuals. Y'all don't want to incriminate myself because we lied. Praise the Lord. However, I carried certain things that I probably shouldn't have carried. You know what I'm saying.
I read you. I read you loud and clear.
Yeah. So basically, my inspiration came from wanting to be free from myself. And that's real talk. Like, I was so ensnared and trapped by myself, by my way of thinking, by my way of being, by my actions, by everything that had anything to do with Quinnetta back then. I was trapped by it. And I got to the point where I realized, it can't be everybody else that's wrong. Somewhere in this equation, I got to take accountability. If I'm losing all these opportunities, if I'm losing all these relationships, whatever it is, if I'm constantly in a state of loss, maybe it's me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I
No
went on
doubt.
a mission, and I went the medical route,
Okay.
mental health, and I was on medication. I was like on 6 different pills because they had diagnosed me with schizoaffective disorder. Basically, it is bipolar and schizophrenia combined.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Woo.
Right. And
Okay.
it was really like that. Okay. I was tearing up stuff in Dade County.
Mm-hmm.
It was something to behold. And what I felt like I wanted to go a different route outside of the medication. And I
Okay.
discovered that I was dealing with a lot of trauma, like internally, unresolved trauma. And those
Okay.
traumas, because I didn't deal with them, they start to speak for me, act for me, think for me. So I was living life as a grown woman, but from a childhood state, from a traumatized childhood state. Am I making sense?
Oh, you making a lot of sense.
Okay. So because of that, I went on a journey. I went the holistic route. I just did a lot. I went and got educated. I went to school. I did to really study mental health because God brought me out of it. Like,
Mm. Amen.
listen, listen, a lot of stuff, and you understand what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that was going on when it was going on, had I not been healed and whole and set free, I probably would have shut it down. I,
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I
Ain't
probably
nothing
would have
wrong
shut
with
it
it.
down. So I keep my mouth closed for a reason. Okay.
Mm.
So with that being said, my inspiration really just came from me wanting to be free from myself and
Right.
really wanting to be fully who God called me to be.
No doubt. I
And
like that.
sometimes that looks like something unorthodox or unusual. Like, even though I have apostle in front of my name, it's not going to always look like church.
Mm.
You understand? Because God called me to those that are out there. Why? Because I was out there. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? And not everybody is, oh, I want to use the right word. I don't want to offend the folks. Not everybody is brave enough or willing. Let me say that. Not everybody is willing to go into the trenches.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? But God's people is in them trenches.
Yeah. No doubt.
You understand me? So that's pretty much, that's a quarter of my inspiration. Just a quarter.
I mean, that's deep. That's deep
Yeah.
inspiration. Cause like when you speaking on the living your childhood trauma, I've lived that. I've done that. It took a lot of emotional intelligence for me to even understand that part of living life. You thinking you just, oh yeah, I'm doing what I want to do and this and that. Then you turn around, you a certain in a certain stage of your life, and you like, no, this is not what, you know what I'm saying. So I feel you. I feel you on that big time. And shout out to you getting out of it and being aware of it. You know, I always give that to the Most High because we don't, the sun coming up. We don't know. We don't know where we getting these ideas from, except the ones we repeating from other people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That I like it. Appreciate it. Appreciate the story. Appreciate the
Thank
story.
you. I
Um,
appreciate it.
wow, no doubt, no doubt. Let's talk about BGN a little bit. How did you get in connection with them or with us? I'm
Oh,
talking like
okay.
we ain't a team.
Right, right.
With us.
Well, I was actually introduced to VGN through Eddie Jones and Jacob Anderson. Like, I was doing Freedom Friday for years. Like, I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about, I think it's almost, is it 10 years yet? It might be 10 years or coming up on 10 years. And Jacob used to watch my show frequently. He was a frequent watcher. And at that time, I wasn't thinking about none of this. I was just doing what God called me to do. You understand what I'm saying? So he one day introduced me to another set of people. And he was like, I believe in you. I want to invest in you. I want to push you because the world needs to hear what you have to say because it's real. And so, that transition into me being introduced to Kim K and Senior G. And that's how we got connected, really through Kim K and Senior G, because they saw the same thing apparently that Eddie and Jacob saw. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like I'm still in awe a lot of the times because I was just doing what I was called to do. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, the level of, I want to say, warfare that it takes to be global or international. Like people say, I want to be an internationalist, not understanding what you're really calling into your life. Not understanding that in order to be at a certain level, you have to match that certain level with your life. In other words, you're going to have to go through some stuff to be prepared for the level that you're going to or for the level that you're at. And life gonna life. And when you've been called to impact, yeah, yeah. And when you've been called to impact masses of people, a lot of times you have had to have had, if that makes sense, you had to have had their experience to be impactful. And God has to call you out of that experience so that you can go now and pay forward what God gave to you. How God brought you out, how God delivered you, how He saved you, however you want to frame that for yourself. But when you're in a tumultuous situation and God bring you out of it, that's not just for you. That's for you to share. So, I'm off on a tangent, but that's how I am. Forgive me.
No,
Forgive
that's
me.
real talk.
But yeah, but that's how we got introduced to the VGN. And ever since then, like, shout out to Kim K and Cia G too, and all of
Shout
the
out to
VGN
him.
family. If y'all watching, like, I have been. This has been more than an honor, more than a privilege. Like, I'm trying to put it into words, and it's hard because the love that's there, the community that's there, the fact that you have an organization that operates in integrity. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about for real. Is it perfect? No. But
Nothing
it's
perfect.
integral.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like, to be able to be in a space with a group of people and feel safe. Feel like, okay, I can relax here. I don't really have to have up my guard here. I don't. You understand what I'm saying? It's
Most
a blessing
definitely.
to me. VGN has been a blessing, and to put me in the show that God has allowed me to do on the map in such a way that is global, all over the world. Come on.
Dope. Super dope. That's what I'm saying. Showing love to the VGN. Shout out to Kimmy K. Shout out to Senior G. Um,
Yeah.
it's village vibes in this motherfucker. You know, oop, my bad. I'm trying to hold down the cussing. It ain't working too well. I mean, it's working good. I probably get like 2 in on accident. So I think that's pretty good. Hey,
You silly.
no doubt. But that's, you know what? I say that we like are one of the most cohesive groups of indifferent thinking. Like, we have the same goal. That's what make us very good, because we do have the same goal, that one core goal. But we all do different stuff, and it's so, I love it. It's like beautiful. It's like,
It's like a melting pot.
yeah, and it feels so good. So that's one thing that I just wanted to um, put out there, because we are, how can I say it? I don't want to say we cater to everybody because we don't. We cater to people that's about their business with what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so talk about some of the projects you got coming up, or some you. Well, I guess it's the same thing that you're working on now.
Well, everybody know. Well, not everybody knows, but majority know that I'm a graphics designer. So it's
Most
diamond
definitely.
graphics. Everything I do has something to do with a diamond because my initial corporation started as Diamonds in the Rough, and that is a nonprofit organization geared to holistic mental wealth. Ooh, I said wealth. That must okay. That's not what I
All
meant to
right.
say, but we're gonna use that mental wealth, okay?
Yeah. Speak it in. We
And
need it.
suicide prevention. That's how I started. Like that was
Okay.
my goal. I wanted to mentor about 15 girls, and that's how it started. Some tragedies took place. Maybe we'll get into that later. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But some
Hmm.
tragedies took place, and it kind of just took a life on its own. You know what I'm saying? Like it just branched off into different areas. So I do diamond graphics. I do Diamonds in the Rough International, and that kind of veered into Freedom Friday. So Freedom Friday is the TV show slash radio show that I curated and have the privilege of hosting every Friday at 7:30 e- Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And for me that's church.
Hmm.
Real talk. Like
All day.
somebody told me the other day, how can you be an apostle and you ain't building churches? And I got a slick mouth a little bit, so I told them last time I checked, we the church. I'm building people, so I'm building the church. Hello.
Hey, tell them
Oh,
they better come
okay.
correct or don't come at all.
Listen, I still got an edge now. I've been asking for deliverance just like you.
No doubt.
I still got an edge now. But yeah, that's basically what it is. I got a couple of things coming up. I'm not clear to talk about it just yet, but
Okay.
they are definitely on the horizon. Got a lot of things coming up actually.
Nice.
Yeah, but for now it's just, Diamonds in the Rough, nonprofit organization, my Diamonds Graphics company, and Freedom Friday that I host TV, radio, and there's a whole lot coming.
Okay. Well, I want you to get everything you need to get off in this first this first part of the show, because the next part of the show we're gonna talk about a little bit of, we're probably going to some politic type stuff, so we can give a little energy on that.
Okay.
But before we go there, the suicide initiative, talk about that a little more.
Say that to me one more time. I didn't catch it.
Did you say something about the suicide?
Suicide prevention.
Yeah. Talk
Yes.
about that some more, please, if you don't mind.
Okay. It's touchy for me. Um, because number one, I attempted suicide twice. Yeah.
Okay.
I attempted suicide twice. And both times was unsuccessful. Clearly God had a plan. Because I sure was
Okay.
trying. Okay.
Right.
um and the other reason this turned into a suicide prevention program is because when I started Diamonds in the Rough and I did the 15 girls and I was coaching and mentoring those 15 girls, something took place where I allowed people to convince me that I wasn't good enough to do what God called me to do because I had issues. Now I need somebody to listen to what I'm finna say because you need to hear this too. Don't let no sect, religious, church person convince you who you supposed to be and what it's supposed to look like based on their limited understanding. Why? Because it could literally cost you a life.
Mm.
What you've been called to do might not look like what everybody else thinks it should.
Mm.
And if you allow people to put you in a box, the people that you need to impact, that's waiting on your voice, your personality, your sound, you forfeit that mission because you worry about what these folks talking about.
Mm.
Okay? So what ended up happening was this young lady, she was trying to reach me one particular day, and I allowed these people to get in my head. So I did not answer her phone call because I felt like I wasn't good enough, even though there was fruit in all the girls, all 15 of the girls, there was fruit. But because people, oh, Q still smoking, Q still this, Q still that, and not understanding that God was processing me to my freedom. They didn't understand that, and that regardless of the fact that I was in the process, He gave me certain instructions to keep going. That's how He gets glory in my weakness. The fact that I still got all these issues and I still got some, hello? The fact that I got all these issues and I can still, or God would allow me to do certain things that are miraculous, that has to be God. So long story short, I allowed these people to get in my head, and I didn't answer this phone call for this young lady. And to kind of like shorten the story, because it's a pretty long story, she ended up getting caught up in the system. I tried to reach out to her. I couldn't get to her. And then one day, I couldn't sleep on a Saturday night, and I went on Facebook Live. Not Facebook Live, Facebook in general. And on my feed, there was a Facebook Live, and it was hers. And the caption said, "Tonight is the night. I don't care who sees." So I really didn't understand what was happening at first until I looked at the comments. The post, first of all, was viral. It was literally international. Africa, people in Jamaica, like it was an international post, right? And I read the comments, and there were people telling this girl, "Just do it already, just die already." And I'm saying to myself now, like, what could they be talking about? And all of a sudden, this girl literally jumped on the tub and tied a bandana around her neck and the shower pole and hung herself on Facebook Live. And that really took a toll on me for years, because I felt like, what if I would have answered the phone? What if I would have never allowed these people to get in my head in such a way that I felt like I was not worthy to do what God called me to do, and I was already doing it? What would have happened if I would have just kept going? Maybe, just maybe she would still be alive. So ever since then, I literally made a choice. I don't care what issues I have, what weaknesses I have, what people might feel, think about my issues and my weaknesses. I'm going to keep it trucking. Point blank and period. You don't like it? I don't know what to tell you.
No doubt.
But that's where that came from. So my Diamonds in the Rough turned into just mentorship to suicide prevention. And that's how that happened.
Okay. Super powerful story. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tough, you know? It was really tough. But God got me through it.
Yeah. We put that strength thing. Only you could have went through that. Woo. Hey, I just want to say, man, that like listening to that, I'm touched. I just want to say this. All praises up to the Most High. You still here, because I know, if you tried to do it and you saying you tried to do it twice and it didn't happen, it's just like you said. It's like it's a mission here for you. So that's some. What? Did you go off? There you go. Glad I looked down. Man.
Can you see me?
Yep, I can see you.
Okay.
But yeah, super deep. Thank you for that. Real talk.
God be the glory.
All day. Hey, I'm gonna give y'all some Village Global vibes right now. We will be having a website coming up soon. So if you didn't know, now you know. That's big news coming for the BGN network. Also, if you haven't downloaded the BGN app, you might as well do it now. It's on Apple. It's on Android. It's not that hard. Look it up. Go to the App Store. BGN. Download it. We on there. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we're about to go to a quick break. Y'all can go, do what y'all do while this promo come on. And we'll be right back with Quinnetta. We're going to get into some trending topics. We'll see y'all in a few.
Hi, I am CEO of Louis Wood Production, Queasy the Don. At Louis Wood Production, we specialize in bringing visionary content to life through cutting-edge media, production, and event management. Based in St. Louis, Missouri, we are dedicated to showcasing authentic stories, uplifting creatives, and giving a platform to artists, entrepreneurs, and entertainers who deserve the spotlight. Our work spans across music, podcasts, live events, and digital media in partnership with Village Global Network to ensure your talent reaches worldwide audience. What we offer: high-quality video and audio production, innovative podcast creation and management, artist promotion and development, event planning and execution. With over 8 years of experience, our team is passionate about fostering community, creativity, and connection. Whether you're an artist looking to amplify your voice or a brand seeking impactful sponsorship opportunities, Louis Wood Production is your one-stop shop for success. Let's create something extraordinary together.
They running, we gunning. From the bottom to the top, make something out of nothing. Up the ground, we hustling. We getting to the money, you better get a ducking. Spray the scene with the Draco. Nobody make a move unless we say so. Blood in, blood out. We all about clout, we all about getting dough. We getting it. We all about getting dough. We getting it. We all about getting dough. We getting it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, another pretty day. Bowling Green as far as St. Louis. It is officially barbecue weather. Vito banging that boy Tweez, huh? This is for Kings Highway. Hell no, you don't see me, ain't no money where you be at. Fuck, you gon' see me and they hate where you be at. Now you don't see me as a sucker where you be at. No, you don't see me if they trippin' where you be at. That part. Invited, motherfucker, don't go. What you said, if we were texting SMH, it is what it is, and make no mistakes. Goddamn club got where it starts too late. Overwhelmed by foo-foo, too grown play. Enjoy setting with friends, some real Uno. Skip, reverse, change the color, draw for more. Now you don't see me, ain't no money where you be at. Fuck, you gon' see me and they hate where you be at. Now you don't see me as a sucker where you be at. No, you don't see me if they trippin' where you be at. That part. That part. That part. That part.
When I step up in the place, that's guaranteed money. A lot of smiles and grins, but I don't see nothing funny. Had to cut them clowns short. No, I don't play dummy. Setting up the table cause I know the meal is coming. I don't fuck with who you fuck with, I don't see the point. If I'm smoking big blunts, why you rolling joints? Never legal with the promos, the people choice champ for Bowling Green and Collinsville, I'm stamped. Ready to count, why you hating on me? Cause it's slated for me. Get to get up off your ass, you might get it, my G. Stop supporting them lanes, put most high in the game. Stop that capping type shit and stop passing the blame. I can't fuck with no haters, I done did that way back. Heart open, no jack, but homie became straight close to me. Hell no, you don't see me, ain't no money where you be at. Fuck you gon' see me and they hating where you be at. Now you don't see me as a sucker where you be at. No, you don't see me if they tripping where you be at. That part, that part, that part.
You a fool, Vito Banger.
That part, that part, that part, that part,
I wanna hear that one.
that part.
Oh yeah, man. Y'all was seeing me back there grooving and stuff, man. That's a good banger. Shout out to Big Vito Banger, Big V of Nappy Roots.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna sit here, man, and just share this with you. I was I was about to cuss again. I messed with Big V back, like, I straight followed him after Nappy Roots. You know what I'm saying? And then he disappeared. And I found out why when I, did the interview with him and started to get to know him a little bit better. And it's straight crazy how, you know what I'm saying? I guess, well, it ain't no guess. Basically, I'm saying, like, doing a song with him and doing a video with him, some people might not look at that as much, but to me, that's like I wrote something off of my checklist because I really did. I had aspirations.
It's monumental.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Then how he still had love for the music and the way that he integrated into where he at now is just, if because it's inspirational to me. It made me look at things totally different than how I looked at it before I talked to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I asked him questions like, what's up with is it real Illuminati and da and this and this and that? Just getting insights. And it's like once I talked to him and what I got from it was, I just need to I'm not shooting for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not shooting for that part. I'm not shooting for that. I want to do things more catered to the community, and at the same time, I'm not saying I want to be like, how can I say it? If I want to live in the community got to be lived up to what I want to be on. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I still want to build things in the community for real. You know what I'm saying? Not per se corporately. Not, so he taught me that. So shout out to Big V. Make sure y'all patronize his shop, Vito's. You know what I'm saying? He doing big things over there, and he's about mental health also. So I love it, man. BGN got it popping. All right.
As a matter of fact, he was one of the first interviews that I was honored to do in the transition. Like when I was transitioning over, I'm trying to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want all of this disruption.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of the very first interviews that really put me on the map. Like so many people watched the show just on account of him being on my show, and just the fact that he was so humble enough to just share space with little old me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And his energy is contagious. Oh my God, I love that man. You hear what I say? And not in no funny way. Like I love that man. His energy is so. It's one of a kind. You're not gonna find another Big V ever in life.
Nah.
Shout out to Big V if you watching. I love you, brother.
All day. Somebody tag Big V in this, but cause Big V get big love in BGN. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got to give a shout out to Senior G. He the one who sent them my way, and like I said, man, it's just the Most High leads you where you need to go if you in tune. That's what I call it now. You have to be in tune. Like if your antennas are set somewhere else, you're not going to pick up. And not saying it's not coming to you, you just ain't picking it up. You know what I'm saying? So when Senior G
come on, so preach! You about to make me run now. You about to make me run.
Hey, but like Senior G sent them my way, I'm listening to what he's saying because I listen to people. I'm not on here just to be talking and hear myself talk. I'm listening. If you're on the show, I'm listening to what you're saying because I feel like you have something to talk about and something to teach me or something. So he was talking. I'm just okay. Hey, you only 4 hours away, bro. I'll pull up on you. You know what I'm saying? That type of deal. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I ain't pulled up on Senior G yet, because you all of you have to.
Way up in the east somewhere.
Yeah. But I will pull up on you though. But I pulled up on them. Like out the, like on my birthday. I remember this because it was on my birthday or my birthday weekend. Because normally I go to Memphis in May. So my birthday May 4th. Okay. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I can go here and just have fun. Or I can go here and make a move because, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to, I'm on something. I'm trying to make something happen. Right. So, of course, I decided to go there. Went up into the business. He remembered who I was and everything, and we linked ever since. And every time I went down there, it was like he was was reading my mind, like he done his research. You know what I'm saying? Even the songs we done. We got 2 songs together, and he did another video down here while I'm in the video. And all of it aligned with what was going on at the time. It just aligned. And it was like, okay, all right, let's do what to do. So shout out to Big B and shout out to BGN. Because that's what type of village guys we doing. We linked. If people didn't know, we're linked.
I'm talking about link. Like big link.
Man, so how we gonna jump into these trending topics is I'm gonna ask you this question because I don't want to just come up with a topic. I want to know what topic affecting, and when I say affecting, I mean like coming across your mind or whatever the case may be, not necessarily making you move the wrong way, or if it is, you know what I'm saying? But what trending topic going on now today is that you want to talk about, that you have an opinion on or a way to fix or something in that nature? And I give you an example, just like the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't watched the Super Bowl, and I'm not against nobody who do watch it, and I'm not on that. It just happens. This is just happened. I stopped watching this shit since Kaepernick. Since Kaepernick, I have not had the urge to watch football no more. I ain't saying I'm still not watching because of Kaepernick. I'm just saying I haven't watched it since Kaepernick. So I don't even care about the Super Bowl like that. I didn't even watch the halftime show. So I don't know, but I'm seeing all the noise. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even went on YouTube to look at what Kendrick's show was. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to hear what everybody else say before I do. You know, I don't even, I'll just leave it at that. But some in that nature.
To me, because this is what's near and dear to my heart, it's going to always be God. Like, I'm a God fanatic because I know where He brought me from. You understand what I'm saying? Like, out of the gutter. I'm talking about the darkest, nastiest, but I'm talking about the gutter. So, for me, what's trending in my mind is that you got a lot of people out here playing with God. And I'm saying that in the sense of you got a lot of people in these pulpits that drag God's people as if they have the right to. As if they ain't got no issues, as if they don't have no sin, as if nothing is wrong with them. But if I followed them home and talked to their wife or their kids, I think I would have a different story.
Right.
I have an issue with a lot of these pimps in the pulpit that have no problem with using and abusing God's people. Like no conscience, no nothing. It's a job. Churches become a business, and I understand that to some extent that church has to have a business aspect of it, but I feel like what's happened is people get to certain levels and forget why they do it. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like the notoriety gets to their heads, or the money gets to their heads, or the accolade gets to their heads, and they forget what they started it for, why they started doing what they were doing. And that's what's trending for me, because I'm seeing such a huge falling away of church. Like, I'm seeing, like, people don't want nothing to do with church, and not just church. People don't want nothing to do with God, and that bothers me.
Yeah,
that's why I am the way that I am. I'm so different. Yeah, I'm literally an ordained apostle. Like, I got paperwork and all that stuff, right? That's who I am, but I will never conform to religion. I'm going to always be me, and I do it intentionally. Why? Because I want people to understand God will use you in your authentic self. You don't have to conform to this box of religion. You don't have to speak in King James. Like, every sentence and word got to end in the letters TH. Like, you don't have to, like, just be who you are. Because I'm a witness. Whatever don't belong is going to fall off anyway.
Real talk.
So if there's anything about your personality, if there's anything about, as long as the posture of your heart is towards God, what don't belong in the process is going to fall off. So a lot of times, like, I hear people, oh, you going to hell for this, and but how you know that? Who gave you a hell or a heaven to put anybody in? How can you say you're going to hell for this sin when the Bible clearly says that the very thought of foolishness is sin? And I don't know nobody that can control all they thoughts.
True.
How can you say that? Like, it irks me. Like, you know, I have my own morale. I have my own things that I agree with, don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? But my job is not to be nobody's spiritual police officer. My job is to tell them what God said. Whether or not they take heed is between them and God. I did my job. Even Jesus said, I came to save the world, not condemn it. So what we doing? If he said when he leaves and Holy Spirit calm down, greater works will we do. That means we'll do more. We're going to do more than what he did. What are we doing? Why has church become a production, a show? This is the stuff that burdens my heart. You know why? I have a real relationship with God. A real one. And I know where he brought me from. And I'm the one that counted out. Like, Q was never going to be nothing but in the streets. And if he can save me and deliver me, that's what I need to be talking about. Because there's other people out there that's looking for a glimmer of hope and can't find it. But we in the pulpit harping on who going to help, like, how is that helping? If we were put here to edify means to assist, to help. If we put here to edify people, how is you dragging me about how no good I am going to help me? If I'm so no good and you feel like you got to be the one to point it out, then I hope you got a solution.
Real talk. Real talk.
Otherwise, it's just wordplay. You just dragging me to make yourself feel better. If you can't tell me what to do to get out of my sin and shit, respectfully.
Respectfully. Real talk.
Respectfully, because that's what burdens me. Like, I don't even really pay attention. I mean, I see the stuff, you know what I'm saying? It entertains me. You know, like, I'm not invested, though, because my heart, my mind, my soul is invested in giving back what God gave to me. And that is, he used me, he loved me in spite of me. To this day. In all my mess, with all my mess, he used me and he loved me in spite of me. In spite of how messed up he used me and he loved me in spite of me. And I catch flack, but I don't care. I'm used to it. I've been fighting my entire life. That's all I know.
Yes.
So I'm used to getting flack for what I believe, but let me tell you something. It's working. And the people that take heed to what I'm saying and apply it is working for them. That's all I care about. Because if whoever disagrees, okay, no problem. We could agree to disagree. That means I ain't for you. And I'm good with that. So that's the trending topics for me. Like, how can I galvanize a group of people that's not scared to be different? How can I galvanize a group of people that's willing to go into the strip club, the dope holes? You understand what I'm saying? In the trenches, to go give some light to these folks who don't see none. I'm going to give you this short story. Why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing? When I was in my 20s, right? The strip club was my home, okay? I loved the strip club. Period. And one particular day, God told me, and people think, like, God told me, go to this particular strip club. I was going for my own personal reasons. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going for nothing else other than what I wanted to go for. But when I got there, there was a young lady that was there. And when I tell you, this girl, for some reason, had an aura about her. When she walked past, everybody stopped and was staring. I don't care what they was doing. They would stop and they would just stare at this woman. And it was bigger than the fact that she was bad. Something about her there was something glowing in her. And for whatever reason, she came and sat directly next to me and started having a conversation. Excuse my French to the super safe saying she was butt naked. And decided to sit right next to me. So she started talking to me, and for some reason, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. I don't know what I said. All I know is that I could look over across the bar, and there was a bouncer and the manager of the club that was trying to plot on a way to get me out. I kept hearing, we got to get her out of here. We got to get her out of here. She's going to stop our money. And I'm like, because I can't hear what people think I'm crazy. Now, this stuff really happened. I'm looking at her, and she's crying, and I can't hear what I'm saying, but I can hear what they saying. And I heard God say, you're not leaving here until I say you leave here. They can't do nothing with you. So after, I came back to myself, I looked at her, and she said, how did you know that? How could you possibly know that? Nobody knew that tonight. Listen to what she said. This stuff gives me chills every time I talk about this story. Nobody knew that tonight I was going to go home. I have a bottle bottle of pills and a bottle of Hennessy that I was going to take, and I was going to end my life. I was going to put my kids to sleep, and I was going to take the Hennessy and the pills, and I was going to end my life because I feel like my kids deserve a better mother. Do you hear what I say?
Yeah. Deep.
And she boo-hoo cried, held me and just cried and cried. And they steady over there plotting, trying to get me up, and they couldn't move. For some reason, nobody was holding them back. They couldn't move. And then when it was time, I heard God say, now you can leave. I walked out of there on my own continent. Only to find out that later on, this girl left the strip club, got into ministry full time, married a pastor, became a first lady, and is helping people. You hear what I'm saying to you? That's what ministry is. Ministry is not a title. Ministry, by definition, means to meet a need. Is that what we're doing? Why are we calling it church?
Talk to them.
Is that what we're doing? That's why the Bible says the kingdom suffers violence and the violent take it back by force. I've always been violent. I'm still asking for deliverance in that area. I haven't mastered the turn the other cheek part just yet. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it. But I have a vigor about this thing because I'm tired of watching people fall away and suffer when there is a big God that can take it all away. I know what I'm talking about. I just look like this. Bro, when I say I was out there, I was out there. I'm talking about, providing certain services that include certain substances. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about on dope heavy. Cokehead heavy. Pillhead heavy. It's nothing nobody can tell me. He been good to me. I never thought I would ever be free from that lifestyle. You couldn't pay me to think I was gonna stop smoking weed. But here I am today, an ordained apostle. Q, not Q from around the way. You crazy? An apostle and preaching God's word on an international level. Only God could have did that.
Real talk.
So that's what's trending for me. When are we going to start getting real? The purpose of the ugly story that we have is not for nothing. It's for us to turn around and look back and pay it forward to somebody that needs to hear that. Somebody's life, listen, I live this. Somebody's life could literally be hanging in the balance by the next word that you say. So what you saying?
Real talk.
I digress.
Hey. You hit a couple of points, so I know my part as far as with the Most High. I don't play nobody else's part. I'm not here to whatever you doing, I know that's not my part. You know what I'm saying? I got peoples who do. My part is to do what I'm doing. I think that just like you said, when you have a gift or something that came from the Most High, it's up to you to utilize that for the bigger, the bigger purpose. Give back. You know what I'm saying? So, I like that. I like that message. The second thing I know you hit up on, because I was trying to figure that out too, and that's why I kind of just stick to what I'm doing and live and be a model of it instead of casting judgment on it And not everybody is casting judgment on it for the wrong reason, because it should be judged, regardless of what people say.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But some people shouldn't judge it because you're doing the same shit they doing. Just saying. So I just know it's, or worse. It's just different people, and I believe this too. And it took me a long time to make this come into my head, because I just didn't want to give it up. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody ain't got the morals. Everybody don't have it. And this was proven by the red
And everybody
wave.
got something.
I mean, I'm just being real. Some of them, I don't want to say it like they don't have, because I'm saying it wrong. They have something, but that still, it's a tank. Either you up here, or you're here, or you're here, and it's, you know, it is levels to it. You gotta understand that, and some people not gonna ever reach it, and there ain't nothing wrong with trying to get them to reach it. But it's proven facts that everybody ain't gonna want to do it, or everybody ain't gonna make it. That's just how it is. But it still is a proven fact that if you help people, it does help too. So I'm just more on letting people who want to help this part of the people. That's not my job, but and that's what keeps me in a good rhythm too. You know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't feel a type of way of doing it, then I would, but I can't. I got something else to do. I got too much to do. So I love finding people like you, and because you are speaking on another level that I haven't heard. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about your background. I done been around a lot of people who recovered from heroin, who did, who it came from the same thing you just said. You know what I'm saying? Rape victims and everything. And they are strong individuals right now because they look at it in a different type of way instead of letting it eat them up. You know what I'm saying? They got out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about more or less on not having to go to like the traditional church. And the traditional church I've never really got into, period, because I think the Most High is in you. Of course, it's a whole entity. I can't speak on that much because that's not my job. But I know it's a Most High. That's all I can say to you. In proven facts that I feel. I can't tell you if it's a man, woman, da-da-da-da-da. I don't even get into all that. All I know is it's a Most High up there. And that's who I'm living. Because when you said you took your life, you tried to take your life twice, I felt like, and this for everybody, the Most High gave you life. That's the most precious fucking thing on the earth. Hopefully, if you don't feel like that, then you did what you did. You died twice, and then you was reborn. Because you don't feel that way now. You know what I'm saying? So
not at all. And here's the thing that people don't realize. It's deeper than rap. Yeah. We live in a natural world, but we are surrounded by spirits. Yes. They're all over the place. And they're invisible. So you don't know unless you know when they are functioning. Mm-hmm. And every ailment, every sickness, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, is tied to a spirit or multiple spirits.
Talk to them.
Usually when a person is suicidal, that's a legion. The word legion means many. And when a person has the stamp of greatness on them, especially in an essence of reaching many people to help them, you're gonna go through some mental illness. You're gonna suffer mentally. You're gonna suffer emotionally, because the point of the opposer is to take you out by any means necessary. And if the mind goes, the body gonna follow.
True that.
Period. If I could get you in your mind so warped, you cannot function in your purpose. If I I could get you distorted. You'll be so succumb to depression that you won't be able to function in your purpose.
Yeah.
So people that struggle with suicide and suicide ideation, that's not even them for real. Those are spirits. That's a lead. It's biblical. That's legions of spirits that are in operation in your mind. And because you can't make the distinction that this is an outside entity, you think it's you, so you accept that. Hey, I said I was gonna be professional today. Don't do it. But I live this, Don. Like I live this. I don't be talking for real. I don't just be talking. I live this. I live this. Like this. Like we take for granted how powerful the outside and opposing forces are. If it wasn't for God's grace, we would have been out of here. He would have been took us out. He hide in plain sight. We could be sitting next to him and don't even know it. The only reason we are still kept is because God is keeping us. Hear me what I'm telling you. We're not that good.
He said we not that
and
good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Real talk.
we not listen. I know I'm ain't. I'm ain't. You understand me? And that's the thing. That's the reason why for me. I fall short in the area of judgment too, because it's just natural for us to pass judgment on people when we don't agree with what they're doing. But everybody got something. How do I know? The Bible literally says we were born in sin and shaped, curated, cultivated, created in iniquity. We was born in it and we were shaped in it. Everybody.
In sin and what else?
And iniquity.
Iniquity?
Yes. All of us. The Bible says there's not one that's holy. Not one. All have sinned and fall short of glory. We say these scriptures and we quote, but we're not really paying attention to what we're saying. Like, everybody got something. I can't drag you for your stuff because I got my own. All I can do is stay in my lane. If God tell me to tell you something, I'm just a conduit. I'm just a vehicle. I'm going to say what I got to say, and I'm going to keep it moving. Will I always agree with no, but that ain't my business. It's not affecting me personally. And you don't know, because I'm a living witness, you don't know why that person is traveling that road. You don't know if there's a purpose in them traveling that road. Maybe God is the one who sent them there so that he could get glory out of it when he bring them out. This is why I'm like this. Like, I was being prepared on the backside of a mountain. My process was public. I didn't get to go through what I went through in secret. Everybody knew about what I was doing. But I still had hands lifted, still praising the Lord. And everybody had their mouth on me. When I walked in the room, they scattered like roaches. I have a conviction about what I'm saying because I live it. You hear what I say? I'm telling you, I probably did everything you could think of. God did that on purpose so that when it was time for me to open my mouth, I would have compassion for those that are coming. I can't afford to look down or judge on nobody because I'm not a hypocrite. I remember where I came from. I remember what I did. I don't have a right. Just because I'm not doing that anymore, I still got some stuff. Everybody got something. That's why the Bible tells you, how can you be pointing out the mold that's in your brother's eye when you got a whole mountain in your own? Focus on your own salvation. Get yourself together before you worry about everybody else and what they got going on. Why is what they're doing affecting you in such a way that it's disturbing your peace? Why? It ain't even got nothing to do with you.
Man. Preach to him, goddamn. All right, hey. We are at 6:07, so we about to get up out here. Hey, I think we gave them some real good village vibes today. That was I like
God be
that.
the glory.
You hear me? Real talk. Shout out to everybody that's on the live. We got Nina Boss, King Jacob, Nina Boss Talk, and Senior G. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Glad y'all tuned in. Hey, I had a good time talking to you, Apostle Q, Quinnetta,
Me too.
everything. I mean, if y'all don't know who she is now,
He say everything.
if y'all don't know now, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this at the top of my list on interviews because I didn't know I was going to get all the good stuff, but I appreciate it. Real talk.
Oh, don't do that.
You have to get me on your show, and I do the same for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how we work.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
I
Just let me know
want.
when you're free.
I will, no doubt. We gonna hook up. We gotta do. We on the mission. This year mission. This my Hall of Fame year. So we gonna do what we
Yeah.
gotta do. If it's meant for us to do it, this the year to do it. So, Village Global Network. Make sure. Hey, this what I'm doing with this podcast is, we don't have a what you call it structured time yet, except every other Saturday. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know if I'm gonna have a guest next time, but if what we're doing is we trying to make this a VGN network. So I'm gonna have some ads and stuff to put on here. Bloom, bloom, bloom. If we gonna have guests, we'll have guests. If we gonna have hosts, we're gonna have hosts. But this is an ever revolving type of situation. I don't know. I know where I would want it to go, but I want this to be our thing. I don't want to have everything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be something that grows. I want it to be something just like how we've been doing the last two, been perfect. Give them something, give the people something to watch, educational, you know what I'm saying, yet touching on trending topics because we know we got people who follow everything. You know, we do have a lot of sheep. And I ain't saying it in a bad way, it's normal. That's what all of us do. You know what I'm saying? So I want to at least try to give a little insight on that also, just to try to bring them and reel them back in like how you did today. Bring them back into life. It's really about your morals. It's really about the Most High. It's really about,
Your faith.
I mean, it's your faith. That's real. Like, something to think about. But with that being said, let them know where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under Quinnetta Thomas. But on Instagram, it's Quinnetta.Thomas. So those are the platforms that. On TikTok as well, the Q Effect.
All right.
That's how you guys can find.
Let them know again when your show come on. Freedom Fighters, right? I know.
Yes, Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday comes on every Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, my guests be dope, and we have real conversations. Like we are, controversial, because we talk about real life stuff.
Oh yeah, I need that in my life. No doubt. Well, all right. Hey, we about to get up out of here. Y'all done watch Village Vibes. Y'all all love. We'll see y'all next time.
Memoirs of a Forgotten Father. Titled, Dear Son. My dear son, born of a woman who once embraced me, but now sees me as an adversary, a rival, a check signed by the government rather than a father. The love I bear for you is boundless,
Yet I stand here cast as a villain in a system designed not to nurture, but to divide. Son, the world you're growing into has already been crafted with traps. Your mother, consciously or not, is a part of this design. A mirror of the battles you may one day face. While she demands from me through a system of control, it's not truly for you. It's not for the bond we could share. It's for the power over me, cloaked in guise of provision. They don't care if I'm stretched thin by mortgages, by responsibility to those who came before or after you. It doesn't matter that I show up when I can, that I offer what I can give with my own hands and my own heart. No, it's not enough. They'd rather see me crushed under the weight of imposed demands than thriving, given to you from a place of strength, of choice, of love. But here's what they won't tell you, son. This isn't about me. This isn't about her. It's about you. They've planted seeds of resentment, teaching you to see me through her eyes, through the lens of a system that profits from our division. But what I give you from my soul, my guidance, my example, my love, cannot be measured in dollar signs or courtroom mandates. One day you'll stand where I am. One day you'll love a woman. One day you may find yourself caught in this same web, facing a child who sees you as an enemy, not a father. And when that day comes, son, I want you to remember these words. Don't become me. Break the cycle. Understand the game before they play you in it. Value partnership over pride. Love over leverage. Teach your children that a father's worth is not a figure on a ledger, but the presence in their lives, the lessons in their hearts, and the stability in their spirits. Son, I love you. I'll keep fighting for you, not for her, not for them, but for you. I refuse to let this system define us. My legacy to you isn't in what they extract from me. It's in what I choose to give you. And I choose love, wisdom, and freedom. My son, my reflection, my hope. Be better.